Today we are all about patriotic and 4th of July home decor DIYs. I'm so excited to share this with you. I'm glad you are here. This is Okay at Home DIY and I am Zaina. This first patriotic home decor craft it yourself piece, I'm making some popsicle sticks out of some scrap or craft wood I had in that craft wood box. I do believe that these are from like a Dollar Tree birdhouse that I never put together. They're about 2 inches wide and about 3 inches long, and I am just cutting off the corners to make a rounded popsicle shape, and then taking my sand paper and sanding the edges to make them smooth, and also helping to shape them into a popsicle shape. Once those are shaped the way I like them, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 popsicle sticks and cut them, so I have actually 4 popsicle sticks for my popsicles. Next, I'm layering a layer of Mod Podge on each one of these and making sure it's pretty good. I want to make sure all my surface here is covered with Mod Podge clear to the edge, and all 4 of those get 1 layer, and I will set them aside to completely dry. After those are completely dry, I take one of these napkins from Dollar General. It's a pack of 16 for $1.50, and I just remove the decorative part of the napkin away from the plain part because it's 2-ply, and I'm going to adhere it to my wood popsicle shape here with an iron and a piece of parchment paper. So I put down the napkin and then the parchment paper on top, so it's layered kind of like a sandwich, and then I take my low iron that's already been warmed up and I reactivate that Mod Podge, so then the napkin is glued down to the wood. To get rid of the excess around the edges, I will be using a piece of sandpaper. I just like to go ahead and sand downward from the top. That helps to save our image that we are trying to transfer over, and then it gets rid of the excess. Then each one of these are going to get another coat of Mod Podge on top to seal the deal on all of this, to keep it protected. Okay, once that is done and dried, I'm going to take my drill and drill 2 holes in the top. I started with one and then I went over the next one using my first one as a template to drill the holes in the rest of the popsicles. That way, then everything kind of has the same spacing and will look nice. Next, I come in with my cut down popsicle stick and I try to make sure that they're all at the same length, and I go ahead and hot glue those on, all 4 of them. So I have 2 stars and 2 stripes. That's the pattern I'm going to make this in. This is going to be a little popsicle stick banner for a small wreath. I go ahead and put some tape on the end of my baker's twine. This is just some red and white baker's twine I picked up at Dollar Tree quite a few years ago, so any twine would do. And I'm threading it through. The left hole is going to go down and the right hole is going to go up. This way, then you see all of the popsicle stick, and the baker's twine on the back is pulled through, and then you don't see that on the front. So down the left and up the right, that makes this banner, and those popsicle sticks popsicles display better. Next, I am just spacing those out right about 1 inch away from each other, and then I'm tying the end around the last popsicle stick hole there. This is going to secure the popsicle banner here, so it's not slip sliding all over the place, and it keeps it relatively in the center. Next, I will attach this to a wreath. This is about a 9-inch wreath, and look how cute that is. Totally 4th of July patriotic. I love it. I am crafting with some thrifty friends today for the Last Thing Thrifted collab. In the description box below is the link to the playlist, and you'll find Marika from Marika Creations, Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling, Monica from Up All Night DIY, Jody at Southern Seasons, and Indiana Jones and myself. Please go check all these channels out. Their videos on the playlist after my video is done. I think you'll get a lot of ideas. For this Patriotic DIY, I took a piece of 2x4 and I cut it into 3 pieces. This is just a scrap piece. I painted 2 of those white all the way around with Waverly chalk paint and 1 with a red face. I will be taking the remainder of that napkin and using it to create some stars and stripes on these blocks here. Of course, I'm starting out with my Mod Podge in the beginning, and I go ahead and coat the block with that. That's gonna seal the chalk paint. And once the Mod Podge is dry, I'm going to use the remainder of that napkin to create my stars and stripes. So I just cut off a piece that will fit. The trickiest part for me is creating or having this transfer over with these lines and having them be as straight as possible. I will say that this block did not turn out as straight as I would have liked it to, but that's okay. So once the Mod Podge was dry, I put the napkin down and then the parchment paper in my warm iron on low to reactivate that Mod Podge and to adhere that napkin to the wood. I'm doing the same thing again for the stars, putting down the napkin first and the parchment paper on top in a low iron. Using a piece of sandpaper, I'm going to sand down on the edges to get rid of the excess on both of these blocks. This is truly my favorite method on how to get rid of the excess around the edges. And then if I sand too much, I can come back in with a little bit of white or red paint to fix it. But it's so easy and quick, and it just takes a couple seconds to use that piece of sandpaper to get those edges. For my and stencil here, I took a piece of contact paper and hand drew an and sign just from a picture, and I did it backwards, so when I put it down onto the surface that it would cover up the red paint and it would be facing the correct way. Sometimes it's a little hard to get that contact paper backing off, but I just worked at it a little bit and it came right on off. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cover everything with Mod Podge one more time for these napkins to seal them. And it's okay once they're dry. If there's still some bubbles, we'll take care of that in a little bit. Now for the Mod Podge all over the contact stencil, what that does is help to seal the edges of the lines so that when I put the next paint over the top of it, that it gives me more crisp lines. So that got a good coat of Mod Podge. While that Mod Podge was still wet, I'm coming right in over the top of it with some white chalk paint from Waverly. Just one coat. While that's still wet, I take my little picking tool and pull that right on up. Most of that is totally fine. There's just a little bit in 2 spots that seeped through. No problem. I just scraped out a little bit and it came right on off. Finishing this up with the heat gun to dry it, then with the parchment paper and the iron on low to get the wrinkles out. And these turned out so cute. I hope you have been enjoying these easy, quick DIYs, and this one will not disappoint. This is easy too. These are just tin buckets spray painted white, and I'm taking some flags that I made from ribbon and some blue floral fabric. They're glued together to make little patriotic flags. I am dousing them with Mod Podge. And mainly I did this not to just adhere them to the tins, but to make my material more protected, to give them like a coating on them. So I did douse them. I put them a good healthy coat of Mod Podge on the back and on the front of them to protect them. And they dried pretty well to the tin, but I did have to come back in when I made these flags. I made them out of ribbon, and the ribbon had wire on each end, so that those corners were really hard to Mod Podge down because of that wire. So once it was dry, I just tacked those corners down with hot glue. So you absolutely can just tack it down with hot glue and put one coat of Mod Podge on the top to seal in the material, so it makes it a little more waterproof, a little easier to dust. It get it a little bit protected. So I just really love these cute little flags. They are so easy to make, and you can make them out of scrap material. So once they are just down, I am going to come in with some greenery from a Dollar Tree and their boxwood and put them in the top, and this little DIY is done. All these were quick and easy patriotic DIYs you can make up quick for 4th of July. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed making them and showing you. Please check out that Last Thing Thrifted playlist in the description box below. I'd love to invite you to subscribe and join this community. And until the next time, everyone, you have a good one. Bye.